Welcome to a Life in the 1900s newspaper special. It's comics from the 1930s. I noticed in my previous videos that the comics were very popular. Then I had the great idea of enlisting my family to help me with the voices, so you didn't have to just hear me drone on. I told them how much fun it would be to hear their voice on YouTube, yet be anonymous. And after getting a mild response, I remembered this.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Would you act like your dog?
Him? No, thanks.
For rich, creamy Klondike ice cream?
Well, maybe a pant.
Covered with a rich, chocolatey coating? No bark, no bite. Now speak, doggy.
For that chocolatey coated ice cream, loaded big and thick, no room for a stick. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Now, can your dog act like you? Perfect.
Yes, it's true. People will do anything for a Klondike bar. At least my family will. Klondike bars started in 1922 and still going strong today. So gather your family together, and I'll gather my family, and we'll see you in the funny papers.
Oh, don't you think the funnies are as funny as can be? When we look at them, we always have to laugh with glee. They're filled with everything from homicide to robbery. Oh, don't you think the funnies are as funny as can be?
Is it true, Castor? Popeye's really going to build an ark? He's hired 1,000 carpenters. The big sap.
You're the boss, Tor. Make the men keep busy. Yeah, keep 'em busy on account of I gots to finish me ark before I runs out of money.
Okay, will do.
I knows I won't have enough cash. I better go see Mr. Spink and try to get him to go in with me.
I'll furnish the money for your ark and go with you to a new country if you'll promise that there'll be no women and no taxes.
What? No women?
Yes, no women.
Oh, why, Mr. Spink?
Popeye can keep me off his ark, but he can't keep me from following to his new country. I shall build a ship of driftwood and cast myself upon the waters. I will now lay the keel and begin work. Well, bless my soul, it's beginning to look like a boat already. I pronounce you're physically fit, okay, and healthy enough to go on Popeye's ark. Next. Swell.
Just a minute, Doc. I wants to look 'em over personally and see if they're examining 'em okay. Huh. Well, blow me down. Why, you got dandruff. How come you overlook his dandruff? What you suppose we're paying you for? How come you to be so unparticular?
I quit. To heck with you. You're too fussy. Bah.
Oh, go on, quit. Who cares? Huh. You think I'm gonna have this guy spreading dandruff germs all over me swell new country? You must be crazy. Ahoy, Mr. Spink. Wonder what that thing is which is following us. If it didn't have a sail on it, I'd swear it was a hen coop.
Oh, you brought us aboard this tub at night. We couldn't see what an awful thing we were getting into, and we gave you $1,000 for provisions. Tut, tut, let us have no ill feelings among us, my friends. Come, I shall show you to your staterooms. By the way, Miss Oil, you won't mind sharing your room with Thelma, will you? Thelma? Is there another girl aboard this boat? This is Thelma. Isn't she sweet?
Oh, don't you think think the funnies are as funny as can be?
Now little orphan Fanny is so good it's hard to see why her life should be made up of so much misery. They threw her in a snowdrift so that she would freeze to death.
Oh, Mrs. Conn, call an ambulance. I just saw a huge dog chasing your husband down the street.
Yeah, well, if he never comes back, it'll be good news to me.
But it looked like a mad dog to me.
I'll say it was mad, and so am I. That hound dog is a trained police dog, and it can scent a crook a mile away.
After having the clothes almost chewed off you, it's good to get back under the peace and protection of your own roof. That dog just took one look at Wendy and made a lunge for him.
You mark my word, that loafer has been up to some deviltry, and when I find out what it is, I'll settle with him.
Oh, don't you think the funnies are as funny as can be? When we look at them, we always have to laugh with glee.
You'll find corpses in the river, bodies hanging from the trees.
Oh, don't you think the funnies are as funny as can be?
I'm full of pep today, Duz. Watch this curve right through the middle. Gosh, you did it, Sam. Through the middle is right. Well, you can consider yourself fired. But Duz, the window was insured. To heck with the window. But you got chips of glass in this diamond display. Now I don't know which is which.
Dick Casey is a superman whose work is never done. Someone's always just about to blast him with a gun. They kick out all his teeth and tie him to a railroad track. They poison him and stab him, but he always comes right back. Oh, don't you think the funnies are...
I want to know, where's my ring?
Okay, stop crowding me and I'll tell ya. I sold it.
Sold it?
Yeah, I got into a little poker game. I was broke and didn't know any of the boys very well, so I sold it to one of them for a steak.
But we must get it back. You have to. Who'd you sell it to? Where does he live?
Ah, it's no use. I tried to buy it back from him a few days later, and he didn't have it. He'd given it this lollipop, and she wouldn't play Indian.
Oh my gosh!
Well, here's where Ludlow Quintus Busby lives. You wait here. I'll run in and see what his valet did with your ring.
Unfortunately, I got into an honorable game of crappies with the most highly esteemed Rastus, our chauffeur, and alas, he won the ring as well as my most cherished shirt.
Me? Sure, I did have the ring, but not for long. My sweet patootie got it.
Well, what did you do with it?
The ring? Lousy, boss. I done swapped it for some pork chops.
Don't you think the funnies are as funny as can be? When we look at them, we always have to laugh with glee.
There's murder on the highway, in the air, and on the sea.
Oh, don't you think the funnies are as funny as can be?
Freckles, you old rascal, I've missed you.
Make mine a double order of the same. Nutty, we have a job. Right here in my pocket is a map, and on it is the location of Roof's diamond mine. He's afraid that if anything happened to him, his mine wouldn't be any good to anyone if they couldn't find it, so he made the map. And we've got to guard it with our lives. It's worth more money than we'll ever see in our time.
Where do I fit into this picture?
The map is to be torn in half. You get one half and I get the other. We'll be responsible for it.
Pardon me a minute while I count my gray hairs. Special delivery letter for you, Mr. Pettingill.
Who'd be sending me a special delivery? That's funny. A blank piece of paper. Nothing on it.
Let me have a look at it. Maybe it was written with lemon juice. I've seen the kids pull that stunt. There, I held the paper close to a hot light globe, and brown writing appeared.
It says 3 large diamonds and the boy is yours.
That means Freckles is being held.
Curious to learn why Denny refused to proceed, Alley-Oop walked ahead. On the eve of the duel between Alley-Oop and King Guz, the former had the misfortune to fall into an underground river. In the excitement of our hero's disappearance, political differences are forgotten, and we now find King Guz preparing to go to Alley-Oop's rescue.
The raft is afloat, sir, and we have all the vines we could get hooked on it.
Good. I'm all set. I guess, hey, how about that torch? I gotta have some light down there.
Ain't you got that torch ready? Say, come on, we ain't got all day.
Now, Fousey, I'm leaving you in charge while I'm gone. Oh, Alley-Oop?
Sure. Who'd you think it was? Your Aunt Gizzle? What you doing down in this place?
I came down here looking for you.
Swell. Now you found me, what you gonna do about it?
Get out of here, of course. Say, how we gonna do it?
I haven't the faintest idea. You got any suggestions?
Well, at least we won't drown, but we may starve to death.
I wouldn't bet on that. Look it over there.
I guess we're safe for a while. Whatever that thing was, it went away.
Yep, we're safe to starve. Pleasant prospect.
We gotta think up a way to get out of here.
I've got a headache thinking about that. Hey, what's this?
It's my raft. We're saved.
Oh boy, what a break.
I told you I'd think up a way to get out of this place.
Yeah? Well, now, supposing you think us up a good hunk of dinosaur steak to chew on.
Oh, don't you think the funnies are as funny as can be? When we look at them, we always have to laugh with glee.
Frightened little kitties, but we know that you'll agree.
Oh, don't you think the funnies are as funny as can be?
We'll finish up today's comics with Our Boarding House.
Greetings, my pet. Egad, you're looking radiant. If you could see yourself through the fronds of this fern as I see you, verily a Killarney rose. Please don't move. Hold that piquant tilt of your head. Ah.
Oh, so it's you, eh? Well, just hand me over $24.50 for patching the plaster and painting this room, or that fern will grow up and hide your name on the granite. $24.50, I said. You're getting off easy, Major.
Hey, Mona, would you give us a really big smile for a Klondike bar? Come on. I knew it.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yo, amigos, try Klondike Choco Taco. Fudge rippled vanilla ice cream in a crisp taco shell. Fiesta!